Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
You text me then I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. Now you know. 205-964-5243. Now you know.
What's happening? MUKBANG Wednesdays. Here to eat, share some knowledge. You know what it is. So the title today, before we go any further, says when to quit your job. I think it says when quit job. When to quit job. Anyway, that was me. If I send them that, they're not gonna, when I send my graphics guys over something, if I have a typo, they're not going to correct it. They're going to do it exactly what I say or whatever. So anyway, so of course, you can access the playlist with somewhat put my videos in order at flippinard.com. You want this whiteboard because you can't see most of it today, some of it today. So all you have to do is just text the word whiteboard to the number above me, 205-964-5243. This is my daily live, Flipman's daily live on wholesaling real estate without using your cash or credit. We're here to educate, maybe have some fun, get full, everything above. So remember, everything you need as far as to get started for the most part is right here on the board. So you text the number 205-964-5243. If you want a copy of the contract that I've been using since 2003, text the word contract. If you want to partner with me, text 5050. If you need a cash buyer for your deal that you have under contract, you're dealing directly with the owner. It's a great deal and it's off market. You want to try to build a cash buyer's list before you get started. Text the word cash to the number 205-964-5243. Or if you're just trying to produce a cash buyer list of a property that you have under contract already. What else is behind me? The closing detail sheet. If you're trying to, if you have a seller in the contract, a buyer in the contract, and you need for the title company or closing attorney to know who's the seller, who's the buyer, the address, obviously, the sales price, who's receiving money, namely your assignment fee, who's paying what, mainly the buyers funding the deal and paying closing costs. It will detail all of that, make it easier for you to get paid. Text the word close, C-L-O-S-E. Text the word close. Text messaging, one of the best forms of generating leads. If you want to know how to do that the proper way, text the word text, T-E-X-T, to the number. What else I got? Vacant houses. If you're trying to find out who owns that vacant house, just text the word vacant. We'll show you how to do that. Group. If you're trying to network with others all over the country or just in your market, you can text the word group to join my Facebook group, Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flip Man. And then the last, a couple more. Probate. If you're into probate, you want to target those particular leads, text the word probate to the number on the board, 205-964-5243. Don't forget, we still have the contest going on, so you can text the word STEMI. We're going to give away another $1,000 tomorrow, Thursday, at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and down the list on the rest of the time zones. Just text the word STEMI, S-T-I-M-M-Y. If you're trying to get an additional entry, that only gets you one entry. You don't have to do that once. If you're trying to get additional entries, the way you can get 4 more additional entries, which will give you a total of 5. If you sign up for PropStream through Dealulator.com, which is my site, it's on my shirt. Dealulator.com, 5-day free trial of the tool that we use every day to help us find deals and make money. Text the word, text me an image or a screenshot that you've signed up, and I'll add you in with an additional 4 STEMIs to win that $1,000 on tomorrow. And then the last thing, but a lot of these, the CRM, if you're needing to manage your leads better, your bandit signs leads, your text messaging leads, your driving for dollars, other wholesalers, cold calling, direct mail, and so on. You need to separate those leads so you can know what's working, what's not working. And the way to do that is through a CRM. So text CRM to the number 205-964-5243. Also, with the CRM, you're able to communicate with sellers through text message, through email, through English voicemail, and through call with the press of a button. But what I love about it, it records the actual conversation. So now you can refer back to that conversation. If it was just you, or if it's a partner or a virtual assistant, aka a VA, now you can go back and listen to their conversation and see if they're doing what they're supposed to do the right way or doing it at all. So text CRM to the number, boom, on to when should you quit your job. Now, and we're referring to as you become successful and start to doing more deals in wholesaler, that's going to vary from individual to individual. Some people, they can be comfortable at doing one deal a month, and that's enough for them to quit what they have going on right now as far as a 9 to 5. For others, that may be, we'll say 3,000, 5,000 a month. For others, they need 15,000 a month before they feel comfortable at quitting. Ideally, you want to save at least 6 months of your current bill situation, ideally. Some people may want to do a year, but you want to at least do that. And ideally, you would want to probably at least be doubling, I'm going to say even tripling what you're already making on your current occupation. So that's going to vary. So only you know your situation and who you're responsible for. For me, I probably literally could have quit the first year I started doing this, but I was afraid to. So it was basically 3 years later before I did that. So again, that's only going to be relative to your situation. But I've had people to contact me. They hear about this and get engulfed in, and they quit their job the same day. I wouldn't recommend that. But again, only you know your situation. So because bills still got to be getting paid, and a lot of times, especially when you're on your business owner, income may not come as fast as you would like to or whatever. So, but nothing prevents you from doing both at the same time. And you should know when I say, hey, the job is now getting in the way of me making more money. So, boom, there you go. And to you know what? Oh, forgot my bib that was supplied by my girl Adrian, my co-host on one of my co-hosts on the Thursday night flipping ours. So you all can see that. It says, what's it say? Phone number. Text me and I'll text you back. So no more napkins. I can sit here and make a mess like the kid I am.
All right. This is a statement on Instagram. A young lady said, my husband and I have been putting out bandit signs, cold calling, driving for dollars, texting, you name it, for 2 years now. Nothing yet. Will not give up because we know this where it's at.
That long? Wait a minute now.
What city are you from?
Yeah, I would love if you would come on the live stream so I can try to troubleshoot what you all got have going on. I would love to know how consistent you are with those. What your signs say, where you're putting them, how many you're putting out, all of that. I would love for you to come on the live stream. If you want to come on the live stream and ask your questions, that you can ask multiple questions, just text the word Gator and we'll get you on during the live, of course.
She said, I wonder if this is the same person. I wonder if we can purchase one of those magnets and place it on our car saying we buy houses. Would that help some?
I'm going to always side on doing something, but I wouldn't just place it on the side of your car. I would look for signage to put in the rear of your car. On the side, people could easily miss your message. More people miss your message. But if you have something in the rear of your car, even if you're going 70 miles an hour on the freeway, they still can see your message, whether they want to see it or not. On the side, they will never even take a second look.
All right, the first question is, Ty, you like prop stream better than batch?
Than who? Than batch?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I like it, but I have different uses for them. I'm a reseller of both, so you're asking the convenience store owner that sells Coke and Pepsi which one you like the best. I sell both of them, and I use both of them.
All right. The next question is skip tracing included with PropStream at no additional charge?
No, it's pay as you go on that part of it.
All right. This person said, I'm having such a hard time getting past agents for cash buyers. They refuse to give up any information.
Well, that means you need to find another source. Agents are not the only source for cash buyers at all. You see this list of things, and when you have a deal in place, all the places you can promote your deals to cash buyers. Plus, if you text the word cash to the number on the board, I'll show you how to do that without agents being involved. Where have you been?
All right. This person said, did you say that the courts have public records for abandoned houses? Maybe you talking about yesterday live?
No. What the courthouse will have, the county courthouse, they'll have information on who owns the property. The name, the mailing address, the tax bill has to go somewhere, and normally that's public record.
Okay, Tony's hobby channel from YouTube said, first time here. Thank you, sir, for all the knowledge you share. God bless you.
Thank you for joining us for the first time. Great.
Keep it simple on YouTube said, hey, everyone. Thank you so much, Ty. Forever grateful. Arthur C. from YouTube said, have you ever had to entertain a conversation with someone on the phone about abandoned signs being illegal in Beham?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's going to happen if you do a good job at it.
What you told them?
What conversation we talking about? I had, we had a lady leave a message the other day. I guess she lived in the neighborhood, and she was right. It can't ugly up a neighborhood. But which are ugly? Them houses, every other house vacant, or the abandoned sign.
And is that on it? All right, everybody else is just saying thank you and good afternoon. They're asking everybody what's up. Michelle McDonald from YouTube said, what are you having for lunch?
Well, if you ask Michelle, this is a Greek salad. This is a blackened salmon salad. I mean salmon. Burger, whatever.
Fries.
The white stuff. Not good, but anyways.
All right, and your morning
Eat
meditation.
the green stuff first.
All right. Let's see. Got some more people just saying what's up. Okay, Jason Whitmore from YouTube said, I live in England. Can you still help me to be successful in property in England?
Well, Jason, you can educate us right now. I'm assuming you are familiar with, well, you may not be, but are you familiar with contract law in the U.S.? Are you familiar with the real estate laws in the U.S.? If they're similar to England, then yes.
All right. ENG Forever on YouTube said, hey, Flipman, do you recommend JV?
Yes. That's one of the faster ways to do a deal out the gate. If wholesaling other wholesalers' properties or a wholesaler finding a buyer for you.
Yeah, they said somebody wrote them on Facebook asking for them to JV, and he gave him at least a cold call. Okay. Eric Carney said, what's up, Flipanthropist and the ladies of Flipness? He said, why am I the only one on Facebook, LOL? It's probably a few more of y'all on there. Andrew the Sage said, also, he told everybody to like this video, but he said, also, I have to know, when is the Flip Man's birthday?
July 31st.
Yeah, plans for your birthday?
Hmm?
Plans for your birthday?
Never do. I'd be glad to be alive.
All right, the lady that commented earlier, she said, my husband and I are in Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
and to be honest, we have not been consistent as we should. Thank you for answering our question.
Gotta be consistent.
What are the hot markets to market to? This is somebody else on Instagram.
Well, everywhere is pretty much hot now. Some hotter than others, obviously. The main thing is are there enough people? Is the population, the market big enough? That's all that really matters. The same problem that exists in Birmingham, create a motivated seller, same problem in Washington, D.C., DMV.
All right, they said that's
Just got to market your butt off and let people know you exist. I don't think I'm being clear on that. When I say problems, I mean life creates motivated sellers. Death, divorce, job or income loss, tired landlords, same stuff. All that exists everywhere. So you have to do an effective job of marketing your business, what you do, advertising what you do, which is buy houses, letting people know. Potential homeowners know to turn to motivated sellers, some of them, enough of them.
all right. Jason Whitmore said, if I move to America, will you help me on my property journey?
If he moves to America, well, technically, you don't even have to move to America. Virtual wholesaling, if it'll work. If I live in Birmingham and someone has a house in Phoenix, I still need boots on the ground to assist. You live in England and trying to do a deal here in Birmingham, Alabama. I know there's a Birmingham, England, sorry. Same thing. You just need boots on the ground to assist you. You just don't have to do probably whatever marketing or lead generation you're going to do. And you just need someone to do some of the grunt work for you.
All right.
And again, you can wholesale other wholesalers' property. You just need to bill a cash buyers there, so you don't physically have to be there.
All right. Keith Ellerby from YouTube said that their birthday is on Juneteenth. Okay, so happy early birthday.
What day they
On the 19th. T. Nicole said, on PropStream, can you give more details about how the campaign section works in regards to postcards? I recently signed up for the service. Do you have to use the campaign section for postcards?
Well, you can if you're doing a small number. But if you're going to do mass postcards, I'm going to always recommend the people that I use to that with. If you're interested in that, just text me and I'll send you their information. They're experts. They deal with major players all over the country when it comes to direct mail, postcards, mail, letter, that's all direct mail. So, but if you're going to use just doing a few, then yeah, PropStream will work well with that.
All right. Tellis Baker from YouTube said, how can you get deals when the inventory seems to be low?
Because you're focusing on properties that are listed with real estate agents. We really don't even deal in that world. There are more properties that are not for sale than for sale. I know it's not earth-shattering news, but we reach out to people and their property is not even actively for sale until they either see a message of ours or receive a message from us. That's the business. You're going based on what you see in the news, what real estate agents say. That's not our world. That's not our world. Keep watching, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Speaking of agents, on Instagram, a guy said, I had someone fill out a form on my Facebook ad, but he already has a property listed with the realtor.
Well, you still reach out to him and ask him how much longer does he have on the listing, right? When will it expire? I think they can cancel it as long as the agent hasn't reached out to you, there wouldn't be a conflict of interest. I may be wrong on that, but I think you can cancel at any point.
All right. This is also on Instagram. How important is it to have a partnership with someone in wholesaling, or should I say solo to start?
Back to the agent thing real quick. A lot of people are not satisfied with their agents. Trust me. That is very common in that business, in that side of the business. But anyway, but on this question here about having a partner or needing one, no, you don't need a partner to start at all. At all.
All right. Where in public records can I find probate lists?
Find what?
Where in public records can I find probate lists?
You have to just go to your courthouse and ask. That's going to different from state to state, county to county. That's one of those things you're just going to have to either call them or go down there, or they may have a website to provide that information. It just depends on how user friendly it is. I couldn't tell you because I'm not familiar with what market you're in. I'm pretty sure. Now, if you need a probate list, a pre-probate list, I guess you would say, you text the word probate to the number on the board, and I'll show you how to build that.
All right. Can you tell them how to get the whiteboard again? Just text whiteboard to 2.
Yeah, whiteboard is one word.
Yeah. All right. Back to the couple that's in Atlanta. She said, I did check out some abandoned homes in our area and found out they were mostly owned by some type of LLC identity.
Or who?
LLC.
Well, that's some of them. It won't be all of them. And you still can. Some of them will be local. You just go knock on the door. You ask them if they would be interested in selling. Some of those will be buyers, all potential buyers. Or you can go, you could direct mail them something. It's probably going to be hard to find a phone number, but you can reach out to them by mail and simply go and knock on the door if they're local.
All right, Laura Hudson said, hey, Ty and beautiful ladies. Ty, I live in Birmingham. Can I put up signs in ATL?
Of course. You're just going to have to put up signs in areas where you can get away with them.
Mm-hmm.
Where signs already exist, and they're normally identify that you can get away with them also.
All right, Errol Gladden from YouTube said, hi. They said, hey, I'm just starting my wholesale journey. What should be my first move? Mm-hmm. What should be my first move on how to market myself?
Well, there are a number of different ways to market the business, and make that Tabasco too. There are different ways to market the business. Some of the free ways to generate leads is, well, not really free, but I guess really inexpensive. Driving for dollars, just only talking about gas or fuel money to do that with. It's time intensive. You can wholesale other wholesalers' properties.
You might have to pick up the microphone.
They can't hear it.
Just one person said they can barely.
Test it.
Can you hear him?
Ain't nobody else saying that.
Yeah, it was just one person.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah. Then you get into a method that costs a little more money. Bandit signs, text messaging, cold calling. You have to buy a list with both the text messaging and cold calling. What did I say? Oh, Facebook ads, Google AdWords, direct mail. Those are going to be methods that, thank you. I think it's back there, Jess. What? Nah, that's good. I'm probably smoking. And then those are going to be some of the methods. to generate leads. I lost my train of thought.
All right, back to Instagram. When you have a property under contract,
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm good on that. There it is.
all right, back to Instagram. When you have a property under contract, can you assign the PA, I'm thinking they saying VA, to a buyer that utilize a VA or FHA mortgage loan?
No.
All right. Is cold calling the most effective source of marketing?
For most people, no.
All right. Somebody say, in addition to my question, how are you doing today? How are you all doing today? Thanks for asking.
Super tight.
All right, here you go.
All right, ENG Forever on YouTube said, how can I learn to wholesale? How can I learn to commercial wholesale?
Not a lot of sources out there. I have a few videos on it, on a particular niche. And then multi-family 5 units or more is an option. But commercial, there's so many different types of commercial real estate, so they have to be evaluated differently. So the best thing to do is educate yourself on how money is made with each one of them, whatever one you want to pursue. And once you understand how to understand how a value is applied, I guess you would say an ARB, not really the same thing, but then you can understand how you can make money from it. By if you get it at this price, you know it can do this or it is doing this, same process, but evaluating is what's the difference between a house and commercial.
Yeah, they said they see a lot of vacant commercial buildings in Louisiana.
A lot of vacant commercial buildings all over.
Yeah.
A lot of them are vacant for a reason.
All right, Chris Gross, I think it's the last name, on YouTube said, does anybody want to connect? Oh, what market are you guys in? Okay, sorry. He's talking to the people. Let's see. Andrew DeSage said, click the thumbs up button. It should have 46 thumbs up. He be on y'all. Hit the thumbs up button, please.
Yeah, get on them. Where's Andrew the stage?
Andrew DeSage, yeah. Stay on them.
Stay on the ass.
Al Wimberly from Facebook said, is Zillow a good site to search for a seller?
They went crazy. That's a tough way to find deals. Most people can't do it that way. Some do. The problem is the property is already advertised, right? Which takes away some of your advantage as a wholesaler of everything that's marketed comes through you and your contact information. It can be done, but the first thing most investors are going to do is Google the address. If it's on Zillow for sale, it's going to come up. That buyer or agent's contact information is there. Strong possibility, not all of them, but 1 or 2 of them will reach out to them and say, hey, how are you all selling? This guy just called me. Deal blown up. There's a method to the madness, but there are easier deals out there.
All right, Angela Brown from Facebook said, hey, Footman, I currently reside in Rochester, New York. How would I wholesale in this local area? What are the best ways to generate leads in this area?
Well, I think that's a decent sized market. So, again, I'll go through the normal methods. Driving for dollars, wholesaling other wholesalers' properties. If you want to do bandit signs, text messaging, cold calling, Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, all of those are in play to generate leads. Direct mail, some of them are more pricey than others. It may be something you do down the road after you close a deal or two, but those are the methods. If you watch enough of my content, I go into great detail about most of them.
All right. This one came from Facebook user. They said, hello, Footman. Can I ask a question on the comment section of Facebook? Yes, That's probably what you just did in the comment section. But also you can text 205-964-5243. You can text the word Gator, Gator, and then he'll answer your question first, and you'll be live on the air with them. Okay, this one came from Philip Dickens. He said, what's the best thing to do when you have no money and you want to get into wholesaling?
Educate yourself to the hill, so you'll know exactly what to do. Take advantage of all this free content. Well, I say it over and over again, but it's going to be the same answer every time that question gets asked. Because you have no money, in most cases, that means you have time. We all have time, even people with money, but especially when you don't have any, most times you have a lot of time. Use that time valuable and educate yourself. Take advantage of all this free content. You're here, you started, but what the real nuts and bolts are is right there on my YouTube channel. So if you want it bad enough, you'll do it. It's that simple. Use some of that time, that you have, ready to change your financial situation.
All right, this is back on Instagram. Flipman, what do you know about opportunity zones? Do you have buyers that are buying with opportunity zone funds?
I had a couple that liked opportunity zones. And the best way I can explain it is basically, I guess the Fed / local government municipalities have identified certain areas, zip codes, that they're trying to increase real estate purchase, and they're giving them some significant tax breaks. They call them opportunity zones. So you can do your own homework on that, but so you're going to have certain buyers that are targeting those because of the tax breaks that can be taken advantage of.
All right, this young lady said, I found a property
That's
that's
the same message. Ooh, this message, but good.
somebody said he makes me want to go get some food.
Me too.
You eating, Ty?
Oh.
All right, this young lady said, I found a property that is probably a tear down. Owner is deceased, $25K in past taxes. City has been cutting the yard, etc.
Oh
What
my.
can I do to find the heirs, or how do I determine if this is a possible deal?
Well, if the back taxes are 25K, first I want to know the ARV. Is the ARV 50? That's the deal right there. It's already broken in that sense, for as a wholesale deal. But I would first ask the neighbors, see if they know them, and then from there, if they don't have an answer, then I would use a service called Intellis.com, INTELIUS.com, to look up potential relatives, and then you have to skip trace them and reach out to them.
All right, this person is in Montgomery. Do you mentor? If so, how much does he charge?
Just text me on the number, and I'll let you know.
All right.
On the 205-964-5243.
All right, this person just made a statement. He said, it's fun getting cursed out through text message on batch leads.
That is going to happen.
All right, this person also on Instagram just said they just hired a VA to cold call. How do I manage her?
Well, have you ever done cold calling? Have you ever done it successfully? If not, it's going to be hard for you to train them. That's simple.
Okay.
Once you do it successfully, okay, well then you're going to get them to do exactly what you know that works. I said, as far as managing them, I'm not sure you mean like the time or whatever. That's going to have to be established between you and them. Maybe based on if you're using $1 or something, on the number of calls they put out or the hours they put in. It's just going to be on depend on how you want to measure their time and how you'll pay them for it. Interesting.
All right, Al Wimberly from Facebook asks, is HUD housing a good resource to do JV with when it comes to maybe using them to get tenants?
Are you talking about Section 8? Be a little more clear, Al, please.
We need a little bit more info. All right, so Chris Cross said, ex Flip Man, why he don't buy on market properties if the numbers work?
Well, if the numbers work, that's different. Most people don't get the numbers to work. But the numbers work is different. But it's still a little harder. But the numbers work. Yeah, I would take a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't probably be trying to wholesale to that point. But the number where I probably can make it happen because I know how to do it. Let me back it. I know how to do it. But I don't want to put that out there that I want those because most people have no clue what a deal is. And it's just gonna waste a lot of our time. That's why. That's the main reason.
Mm-hmm. All right, Tila M said, hey y'all, are you going to resume the comping show with Jamil? I need help, LOL. The guy from Comps 101 is confusing sometimes.
Well, no, we only gonna be there for 45 minutes to an hour. If he ever sends one over that you're confused about, just have him to reach out to me, and I'll see what your confusion is. You know, so I'm sure me and Jamil and I will start back. They're shooting a TV show now, and so you have to wait till that's over with. I think that's about 2 or 3 more months of that.
Mm. All right, Nate Stinson said that he used your contract on his first deal.
Hope you got a check, man.
Tellis Baker said, how can you estimate repair or rehab costs?
This is a generalization, but it normally works. If the house is livable, do it, multiply the square footage by $25. If it's not livable, multiply the square footage times $40. Man, this thing is messy. Oh my God, but it's so good. Can't stop eating it. Mm-hmm. Yes. I don't know how this look on screen.
Okay, somebody said, hello, Flip Man.
But I ain't stopping.
Can we use your one-page contract? And does it cost to use your one-page contract? No, the
It is
contract
totally
is free. You can text the word contract to 205-964-5243, and it'll send you a video with instructions and the contract and all that good stuff. Angela Brown from Facebook said, thanks. And yes, I watch your content all the time. I just wanted to make sure this is a good and decent market. So I'm not wasting money or time. She's the one who says she's in Rochester, New York.
Look up the population of Rochester.
Okay.
All right, back to Instagram. This guy said, thank you for answering the question. Well, my question, you the man. Back to the opportunity zone real quick. Would you be targeting these zones? Hold on, let me make sure he's saying that right. Oh, he said, would you say targeting these zones to wholesale to an end buyer that invests in these zones is a good strategy?
Yes, it is.
Rochester, New York's population is 744,000.
Yeah, yes. Most definitely.
Let's see.
Most definitely. You can eat good there. What's her name?
Angela Brown.
Miss Brown, you can eat good in Rochester from your wholesale bread.
Let's see. Philip Dickens said, do you know if North Carolina is a good state for wholesaling?
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah.
It won't hold up.
Judah 144 said, how do I get on the live? If you text the word Gator, Gator, to the phone number right above Ty's head, 205-964-5243, I'll send you the link and you can join us on live. And you also have to have your camera and your mic turned on. Facebook user said that I'm having trouble finding buyers. How can I build my buyers list? I have at least 40, but sometimes it takes days to get a response.
Well, buyer.
Mm-hmm.
Text the number up there on the board. Text the word cash up there on the board. The 205-964-5243. And I'll show you how.
All right, Kirsten Berksteiner said, how can you pull a tax delinquent list?
In most counties, from my understanding, that's something that you can, it may be free, and then sometimes there will be a minimum fee for that. So PropStream has a filter for that, but some counties will provide more information than others depending on how they produce it to the public. So I would reach out to your tax assessor, tax collector, whatever is titled in the counties that you're interested in, and see how you can get a list.
All right, back to Instagram. What are your thoughts on wholesaling in Orlando, Florida, and Atlanta? Is that a good area for both?
Great for both. Need some sweet now. But not liquidy. Not liquidy. But go ahead.
All right, Nate Stinson said that they made $20K on that deal.
Oh.
He said much appreciated, brother.
Oh my.
He said he's thinking about getting an out-of-state cold caller. How do you manage and measure that they're putting in the hours? He just answered that, but basically, if you know the system you used, if you did cold calling and you were successful, you teach them that, and then.
Well, now I would recommend. Yeah, they're trying to do code that wouldn't work, but you can't. They're trying to call mass numbers at a time.
Yeah.
So you need a dialer. I would recommend a batch dialer. You can just text me and I'll send you the link for that, or you can just go to the website.
Mm-hmm. All right. See.
I may have stolen you all's. I said I was gonna go to Target
today.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said it was a taller one.
So AR from YouTube said, hey, Flip Man and ladies of Flipness, is comping properties on sites like Zillow, Redfin, etc. still a good way to comp properties, and what do you recommend?
Yeah, as far as free methods, if you know what to look for, yes. What's that?
What population size would you recommend to use as your market?
Ideally 250,000 or more. You can do a little smaller, but ideally 250,000 in the metro or greater area of a particular market or more.
Sorry, I'm multitasking here. If I just sent you that link to join the live, make sure you have your camera and your mic turned on. Let's see. Judah 144 said, do you use a VA and what's your opinion on using them?
Yeah. I think I have a pretty good one for what I, have him to do or whatever. They can be very useful, just because of the amount, the rate per hour that you can pay to get a lot of work done. So if you could train them well with your process or whatever you're trying to get them to do, it could be very, very beneficial.
All right, Flute Lover 1913 said, go to the tax collector's office. Jefferson County in Birmingham charges $50 for their lease. Okay, good to know.
But it may be something different in another state and county. So,
Facebook user said Colorado is a very expensive and competitive market. How can I stand out from the competition?
Be consistent, marketing your butt off. Be consistent.
Another Facebook user said, Flipman, many blessings to you. Quick question. What to do if a house is in the owner's name and they are deceased and have been for years now?
You have to find out who are their heirs. Again, you start by asking the neighbors. A lot of times they know. If not, use a service like Intellus.com and to see who the possible relatives are. Then you skip trace them.
Okay. Okay, Judah, I see you in the waiting room. I'm gonna add you in just a second. Okay, Flute Lover 1913 said, "Is Birmingham a good city to wholesale in? A lot of times she sees a lot of vacant properties and they're tax delinquent, and it's hard to find buyers when the homes are communities of color.
No,
Birmingham is a great place to wholesale in because that's where we are." And then we had a question about Montgomery being a good place.
yes.
This one says, Flip, I found another state that a realtor allows people to use to see the value of their house. Another site, I guess. Is this accurate? She shows 2 numbers. And then he gave you.
It could be a source, but you still want to do your own due diligence.
All right. I'm about to add you, Judah, to the stream. Hello.
What's going on, my man?
See, make sure your mic is on. We can't hear you.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm mad right now because you ain't share. You ain't offer nobody
Oh man,
nothing. Just
boy,
sat there and tore it up.
if you were here, I could have. I still got some fries. You want them?
Hey,
Yes, sir.
man, I had a question. As far as, well, first of all, I want to say, hey, I really appreciate it. I took your course. I paid for everything. I've already closed on 3 deals in less than a month, and
Oh, wow.
I actually have 2. One I'm closing this Friday, and the following Friday I'm closing on another one. So, man, whoever hasn't bought this course, instead of just watching YouTube, go ahead and buy the course and spend the money. Stop playing.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, so my next question is, man, I want to kind of just broaden the horizon and go virtual. And I saw what you had flipped by phone in the course, but my question is, do you offer any mentorship when it comes to virtual wholesaling?
Well, in reality, the only thing you're going to do different is you just need to network with someone in the market that you're going to target, whether it's a family or friend or another wholesaler, which is normally the case, or a real estate agent. That's the only difference, because you're going to do the same form of marketing in most cases to generate leads. Maybe not banner signs, because a lot of times it's hard to get those done from a distance. But anything else is pretty much free game as far as marketing. And so your marketing methods and channels to generate daily leads will be the same if it's virtual. Again, you just need someone to just do the grunt. You put deals together, so you know what it takes. Sometimes, the seller's not going to give you a key. So that means every time the property is shown to a cash buyer, someone needs to be there to represent your interest. That's going to be probably the biggest thing right there, or whatever, because you don't have to technically be at closing to get paid. So if you can get that in place, then that's it. There's no real training to it. That's it. That's the difference. So that's where social media comes into play. That's just me come into play, because I got tentacles everywhere, I guess you would say. Facebook groups and on wholesaling in those markets where you're targeting. That's the only thing. That's the only layer that's need to be added, or additional, I guess, tool or resource is someone to represent your interest that you would partner with on each deal, or may even be on a per deal basis.
Okay. My next question is, as far as when it comes to that virtual wholesale, well, first of all, you offer a mentorship program for real? I think I watched one of your videos. You still offer that?
Yeah. That's one of you hadn't gotten hit up about it since you bought that other stuff, but yeah. I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I purchased your course. I saw you do one of the commercials through Instagram. I clicked on the link, purchased it, went through the whole thing in like 2 nights, and I think went from there.
What market are you in?
I'm in Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. Well, where you did deals at? What part of town?
I did one in Inglenook. I did 2 in Forestdale, and I got one. I locked down. We close on the next Friday in Hueytown, and then I got the one this week. That's in Gardendale. Yep, Gardendale.
Well, all right.
Okay, my something went all over here. Okay, so yes, so
Yeah.
you did one in Inglenook. So you already closed the one in Inglenook, and what was the other place?
I did Inglenook. I did 2 in Forestdale, 1 in Gardendale, 1 in Hueytown.
Okay, so the one in England, how did you find your leads?
I did that one through Craigslist.
The what?
I did that one through Craigslist.
Oh, you found it on Craigslist?
I found that one on Craigslist. I called the seller up, did the whole spiel, whatever, like the course said. I locked it down that day. I found a buyer the day after that. Well, actually, I found a buyer that night, and I made $10K off that one. That was my first one.
Okay, boom, that's what's up. All right, and then you said you get 2 in Forestdale. Those would be normally easy to move, period, or whatever. How did you find 2 in Forestdale?
I found 2 of those. The first one I found was a guy out of Georgia. He sent it to me because I always post my stuff on Facebook on the different groups I'm part of, and he just hit me up and said, "Hey man, you out here doing your thing, man. You mind, JV this one or whatever." So that's how I got that one locked down. I found a buyer for that one, and then the second one, it was through, what was that? Oh, it was a lady I work with, man. She had a house that was left to her. I was just like, yeah, I'm a real estate investor, and she was like, oh really? And so we just got to talking or whatever, put on the contract and found a buyer.
Oh wow, that's what's up. You the one in Gardendale?
And you said the one what now?
You said you got one in Gardendale. How you found that one?
Top string list.
Okay.
It was actually that was a foreclosure.
Okay, the pre-foreclosure.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what the one in Gardendale? What was the situation on it? Because you said you're still waiting on that one to close, right?
Yeah. I'm waiting on that one to close. The one in Gardendale. The only thing that was the hold up on that one was they just had some other background issue stuff going on. Had to get cleared up. That got finally cleared up. The buyer, I actually been holding that one on the contract for a while, and the buyer, I already had a buyer within that same day, and so finally they got everything cleared up, and we closed on that one. That's the one we closed on this Friday.
Okay, boom. That's what's up, man. Well, hey, man, well, you here locally, so just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? You already say you spent some hard money, earned money with me. You done made it back at fold, I'm assuming. But yeah, just hit me up, man.
I think your course, man, was like, I paid like $197, $200. Man, the price really need to go up. To be honest, this folks out here, man, charging like shoot. This one cat, he charged like $4,000. I don't know what what he does, but I'm just saying, yours was only $200. I spent some of my COVID check from work on that, and then boom, you know what I'm saying?
You spent some of your what?
My COVID check, baby.
It's what?
From work.
Oh, it's
my
COVID
check.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what's up, man.
So I think the next level I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hit you up on is that mentorship. With just finding, because I really feel like a lot of these deals, they kind of just been hit. They just been kind of falling in my lap a little bit. I feel like I've been fortunate with wholesale. I've been wholesaling for 3 months.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Those deals just fell in your lap. Now you and you still put your work in. You still put your work in because you still have to make it happen or whatever. And I know people hearing this, like even with my story, I felt the deals felt in my lap. Even though I put signs out, that's not normally how it works or whatever. So the very first two calls I got were deals. One of them blew up in my face, but So that's not normal, but it can happen. It can happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, so do this for me, man. Just text me after the show, and we'll hook up, get you out here to the office, man. And we'll chop it up.
Okay, definitely. Oh, real quick, my last question. I know you got to get off this live, man. Hey,
No problem.
VAs, what you think about VAs? Do you think they're worth even utilizing? What you think on that? Your opinion?
Well, it just depends on what you're gonna have them doing. They'll do cold calling. It's still gonna boil down to for me now. Some of them, see, most of them, a lot of them have already done some real estate stuff, but they've done it the way someone else does it. So you need to have your process on what's been successful for you, and then you could train them or whatever. Just a lot of people just want to hire a VA and just think it's just going to happen or whatever, and it could, but in most cases, it's not going to happen because you don't even have any success to even train them by or whatever. So now you're dependent on them probably knowing as much as you know or whatever. So you just need to, and there's going to be plenty of sources out there for VA. This is an unlimited number of those out there. It's just that you need to be able to train them on your process and duplicate your effort. That's all you're trying. When you get in a VA or whoever, only thing you're trying to do is duplicate your efforts, right?
Okay.
Which means it should turn into more deals.
Okay, that's what's up. All right, man. Look, I think y'all need to go ahead and get his course, man. But he bringing them prices up. This has been approved by Judah.
All right, man.
I'm gonna text you out to you soon.
All right, man. All right, pick me up now. Let me know if you in Birmingham, because I'll get confused on it. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
All right, man.
All right. You got somebody in the chat? I know, but I'll be trying not to delete Instagram.
No, let's do the live again.
All right, Pistol Pixie, I'm about to go ahead and add you to the stream. Hi.
Hi.
What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm super tight. Where are you live streaming from?
Detroit.
Detroit. That's what's up.
Yeah, I put it in the comments the other day. You replied, I'm from Houston, but I live here. But both are great markets, so I want to try to do both.
Yeah, you the one that said you were going to go back and forth. Okay, yeah. That's what's
well, firstly, thank you for all the free content. It's greatly appreciated. I know you hear that all the time, but we do appreciate it. I want to get your course too, so hold on before you raise the prices. Let me get it first, and then. But so I'm new to this. I'm just starting. It's like I don't know if I have like analysis paralysis or if it's just like I want to be 100% comfortable before I start. It's kind of a little bit of both. But so like finding a property, we can start there. So I'm on PropStream, and I'm looking at properties. I did just ask a minute ago. I don't know if you answered. It shows the estimated value. Can I just use that as an ARV?
No. Because it's almost impossible because some factors you just won't know until you look at the numbers, because a lot of times you'll have and you probably know this, you could live in a city or a neighborhood and you just cross over one street, the houses may be 80,000, and you just go across a main street and now they're 800,000.
Right.
And so a lot of times it can't account for that. Now, a lot of times it comes close to what the number, what I'll come up with once we dive into it or whatever, but you just can't go by that at all. Matter of fact, I'll glimpse at it, but I'll just still dive into the numbers. Now, what I have on my channel, my man Jamil Dimji from Keegley, he and I did 29 episodes of what we call Comps 101 show, and that's where we comp property. Probably 20 of those we use Zillow to show you how to comp, which is free. And then maybe like the last 8 or 9 or so started using batch leads, and we did PropStream pretty much on all of them, on a couple of them, because Zillow may not have pulled enough data. And so you'll get an opportunity to see how the process and how we go through that. Now, he did another video and he allowed me to place it on my channel on the things that you should look for when you're comping an actual property. If you text me, I'll send it to you. Anyone, just tell me, I'll send you that particular video. Just tell me, say, I want learn how to comp or the comp rules or whatever. I said I was going to do one also myself based off of what he did. But just text me and say you want the comp rules, and I'll send you the link to that particular video or whatever. So, or you can just go to YouTube and do a search for Flipman Comps 101, and it should pull up all that information. Or Flipman Comp Like a Pro or whatever.
Yeah,
So,
I've seen them. I know what you're talking about.
yes, ma'am. And then, you can submit them to comps101.com. And if you ever have a question, because I have a VA doing that, but I trained him. So, he understands it, but he still hadn't done it. You know what I'm saying? So if someone ever submits a comp over and they don't like what was sent to them, or they don't understand something, because I'm so that's so important to me to try to help as many people understand what a great deal is, and it starts with knowing what the ARV is. That I'll try to make sure that you understand why we came up with the number, or he may have done it. I may have said, well, it's a little off or whatever. So, but normally he's pretty good on it or whatever, because normally it was pretty much cut and dry. So any help, I'll try to offer that to someone when they're trying to figure out a comp or whatever. That's why I set up comp101.com. So.
Okay. I think that's my biggest thing right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Because obviously to make offers, you need to know that. And it is good that y'all offer that. But I don't want to be like in the middle of a bidding war waiting for a video back 2 days later. So
well, no, because he's going to get them out as long as it's not sent on the weekend or after you're on Easter time, after 7 on Friday. This weekend, we have days off, but through the week, he's going to get them to you within 24 hours. And again, if you post it, let me just say this. If you post it in the, well, I don't want to put that out there, but if you post it, in the comment section of any of my YouTube videos, I'll normally try to do it myself or whatever. Now, again, I normally try to answer those every day, but it doesn't happen every day. But if you text me on the number, let me know how important it is to you, I'll do it. It only takes a second to really do it or whatever. So, and I'll just put that out there. I was trying not to put that out there, but I'm just going to put it out there. It needs to be like vital. Don't lie to me. Like, hey, I need the decision right now. Now, I'm going to tell you first to send it through comps101.com, because normally he's going to get it back to you faster than I can in reality. But I'm on that. The phone number is so important to what I'm doing right now. I'm normally going to pay a lot of more attention and try to get people's questions answered. I'm going to send you a video. That's not in this situation, because that's something that has to be done on hand or whatever. So I'm trying to help. That's what I'm getting to.
yes. Okay, so just to run through the process real quick, I guess.
Well, yeah. So okay, let's do that. Okay. I'm glad you asked that. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is when I pull up a property, I'm going to this is prop stream we're talking about. Pull up the details on it, right? And then I'm gonna go to the comparable sales, right? And the first thing you're looking for when you look on the map down to the bottom left is I want to do the map view instead of the satellite view. Okay, so now I can identify where my property is located and where the main street boundaries are around it. So when I say the main streets, you'll see on any map the streets that are, I guess you call main drags, or more heavily trafficked. A lot of times,
The wider lines.
Yeah, they're thicker white lines, sometimes thicker yellow lines. So I'm trying to keep my properties that I'm comping against my property within those boundaries. Number one. Okay, once I establish that, you can use the draw tool to really hone in and eliminate everything else, right? I don't know if you ever seen the draw tool use, or you know how to use it.
I have.
Okay, so use the draw tool. So once so now you do that and you hit search. Now it's going to only pull up those properties. So the 3 factors that I'm looking at the year built, I'm looking at the lot size, and I'm looking at the size of the property, full square footage. So in the year built, you can go up or down. Ideally, not always the case. Ideally, you can go up or down 5 years. So we'll just say if it was 19, and we'll say it was 2000, year 2000 built house. So now you can go down to 1995 or up to 2005 as far as houses that you want to compare it to.
Okay.
I'm going to sort the list by selecting year built, and it'll go from low to high, right? It'll sort them from low to high. Select it again, it'll go from high to low. So you're looking for low to high on that in that situation. So next, I'm going to look at the lot square footage. You can go up or down 2,500 square feet. Okay, so that range. I'm looking for something close to that. Then the next thing, the size of the actual house, you can go up or down 200 square feet. Now, it's not always going to be perfect where you can fit everything in those parameters. So now you're just trying to find the nearest and best to fit to what you're doing, especially if the house is closer, especially if the house has sold more recent, right? When I say more recent, something that sold in 2021. Now you can go all the way back to it's June now, you can go all the way back to June of 2020. But ideally, I would want something in 2021 if possible. And then I'm looking for the property that's sold for the most, that's most comparable to my property as far as the year, the lot size, and the square footage of the house. Then I'm going to actually take a look at that property, the number one, to see what condition it is in. And a lot of times they will be a listed property. You can see there were some updates done or some renovations done. Boom, that's going to be your comp. Those are the easy ones.
So I narrow it down to one, like one or two.
Oh, you can narrow it down to one. You don't need just one. You don't need just one. Ideally, you do 2 or 3, that's fine. But really, you don't need just one. But that's crazy. But that's what he's looking for. Something that compares closer to your property.
That recently sold.
Yeah, that recently sold.
With similar dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
So you find that would be the ARV. Then what is, okay, you guys have different, what's it called? When you got to find the offer price, right? Okay, you say multiply it by 0.65 and some people say 0.7.
Well, now that's where you can go over to dealulator.com. If not, you don't know what I'm saying.
But what's that percentage though? Well, like
what it's defaulted at 70, but you can change it to whatever. So whenever you go to the site and look at the calculator, the deal calculator, it's automatically defaulted to 70%. Okay, so which I reckon, especially in Detroit and Houston, that'll work. And so now you put in that number that you came, the ARV amount that you came up once you were doing your comps on PropStream or Bachelor. All right, so once you put that number in, so now what are the repairs? Well, ideally, if it's livable, a simple thing you can do, not always, but this normally will work. Generally speaking, if it's livable, multiply the square footage times $25. If it's not livable, multiply the square footage times $40. All right, and then you plug that number to the calculator. That's it. So the the black number, which would be the quote unquote Mayo, that's the actual number that you'll wholesale the property back out to a cash buyer, or that range, that price range. The blue number, which it gives you an option in the calculator to say, I want to make 10,000 on this deal. That's what you need to get it under contract for or less to probably try to accomplish what you're trying to make on the deal.
Got you. My question is the 70% though, is that equity? Like what is that? What's that number?
Okay, the 70%, what it represents, it really represents 30% discount off of the ARV.
Oh, okay, got you.
And what that represents is the investor's potential profit, potential holding cost. 25% of that may be profit, 5 to 10% of that may be holding costs. What are holding costs? Closing costs, paying utilities, paying someone to upkeep the lawn, inspections, holding costs. So.
Okay. So your own PropStream, we're going to try to run this from the beginning. You're looking at properties. So one thing I noticed, they don't say like for sale or anything. It's just houses, right? So, I mean, it's kind of just hoping that someone is selling the properties.
Well, what are you doing on PropStream now? What are you asking?
Well, I filtered it and did like vacant houses and whatnot, but just nowhere on here does it say, "Oh, this house is for sale." So it's
no. Okay. The reason that you'll build a list is first, in order to buy a piece of real estate, you have to find someone that owns a piece of real estate. Mm-hmm. Right. So ideally, you're playing a numbers game. You're targeting as many people as possible that own real estate. ideally off market, which means they're not actively trying to sell it, especially online. Okay, so the reason that you'll have those filters in there like divorce, foreclosure, pre-foreclosure, probate, tax liens or liens, free and clear, cash buyers, I'm trying to think of all the filters in there, flippers, is because like the divorce, tired landlords, foreclosure, probate, those have potential of being motivated sellers.
So with plan on our weaknesses,
It would be beautiful if you could just plug it in and you say all these people gonna sell at an 80% discount.
okay.
It doesn't work that way. You're just playing the numbers that if you contact enough of them, yeah, 4 or 5 of those out of we'll just say, I don't know, 500 or will sell at an 80% discount based on ARV. You know, so that's what you're doing. You're just making yourself known that yeah, you buy houses and you allow people's life situations to dictate how motivated they are. They're going to sell a property to you cheap. Okay. Most are not. I repeat, I don't care what you're doing, who you are. Most people that you contact are not going to sell a piece of real estate cheap enough for you to wholesale it. Expect that. That's why I say, probably my favorite saying, I can't believe I don't have a shirt with it. Most won't, but enough will. What that simply means, most people that you reach out to about buying their piece of real estate, their house or whatever, are not going to sell at a price that works for you. But the checks can be so large that enough will, and it's worth it.
Okay. So I find my targeted list, right? No guarantee anybody's gonna sell, but I got a list, and I'm gonna market to those people.
Exactly.
Okay. Then you do the comps.
See, if you look at the video, my text to flip video, that video really just breaks down building a list, skip tracing the list, and setting up your text messaging campaign. The purpose of that whole thing is that you're going to reach out to people by text messaging to see if they're interested in selling their property. But it starts with building a list. Now, you don't have to build the exact same list that I build. You may build something different, but it takes you through that process and why you may build a list versus another. You know, I'm not going to say one list is better than another by no means. You know, it just depends on what, you know, the way
the market.
You know, so because it's such a numbers game. But you need to build, in that format of market, you need to build actual list.
Okay, so I'm trying not to hold you up. I'm sorry. I know this is getting long. But if I look up a property and it's owned by the land bank, should I avoid that?
Yeah, in most cases. But that's just basically some form of foreclosure. You should avoid those.
Okay. I think that is it.
All right, well, join us tomorrow. I'm trying to encourage other people to do what you're doing. So you've gotten a lot of questions out. Hopefully, I've gotten you clear on some things. But
yeah,
join us tomorrow. Well,
I'll have more questions.
Yeah, well, it'll be tomorrow evening. We're going to be live tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. here in Detroit, 8 p.m. But then again on Friday. So
okay.
So boom. What was your name again?
Micah.
Micah. Okay. All right, thank you.
Oh, one more thing. You say you do like try to aim for like 150 and up as far as ARV?
No, it doesn't really matter about that.
Oh, it doesn't?
You're in Detroit, which is similar to Birmingham as far as what prices would be in a D area / the hood, I guess you would say. So you may have ARVs in the 50s and 60s. You still get deals on those. That means you got to get them probably at 10,000 less, sometimes 5,000.
I don't know about that.
Oh, it's possible. Oh, no, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Well, I appreciate it.
No problem at all, Michael. See you on the next one.
Yeah, have a great one.
Yes, ma'am. All right, guys. my co-hosts have tapped out. But I appreciate the 2 live feeds we had. My man from Birmingham and my young lady from Detroit. Remember, everything you need is right there at the 205-964-5243. Tomorrow is the giveaway for $1,000. So if you're in, you're in already. But if you're not, You want to get additional entries, all you have to do is sign up for 5-day free trial at digitlater.com on my shirt. For the free trial of the tool that we use every day, which is PropStream, which is sponsoring this great giveaway. So we'll go into replay mode on this immediately after. If you have any questions, always post them in the comment section of any of my YouTube videos, and I answer those on a daily basis. Make sure you like this, share it, make someone else's day to get them out this off the what the one, the rat going around the hill, real wheel, the rat race. The rat race or whatever, but it's a rat on the treadmill. But anyway, that would be funny. But holding the thing and stuff. So, but yeah. So again, we'll see you tomorrow. And again, we give away $1,000 on tomorrow. Maybe it'll be you.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me, yeah, and I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
You text me, then I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. Now you know. 205-964-5243. Now